Alright, hey guys. I know I'm not in today. I'm gonna try and get better for next week. So all of these that I'm gonna post on Moodle are just gonna be tutorials to help you get through for today. So if you have already completed your semi and your storefront, then you don't need to watch this tutorial. You can watch the next one on typography. For those of you that haven't done it or you haven't quite completed it, then please watch this so you can remember the process on how to put your logo on. So the first thing you want to do is go to Images at Google. And remember, you can pause this and switch to any windows that you need to while you're watching this. The first thing I'll look for is a semi-truck. And if all you need is the storefront, just follow the same techniques and you'll be able to finish it. So the first thing you want to make sure of is that you have a large image. That way when you put one into Photoshop, it doesn't get pixelated and it won't look really crappy. So look for something where you can kind of see the edge of the truck pretty well. So either of these looks pretty good. I'll choose the blue one for now. And also for the storefront and the semi, you want to make sure that you view the image so that you get the full size. And you can see that my cursor has the plus. I can click once again and get an even larger view. It's really up to you. Either or would probably be pretty good. So the first thing I want to do is right click, hopefully, there we go, and copy. And now I'm going to go back to Photoshop and do File New. And the nice thing about this, when I copy something, Photoshop knows what those dimensions are. So if I hit OK, you'll see what I mean. See, I already have a long layout. So again, if I right click, I don't think mine's doing it, or look on your keyboard and hit Command and V as in Victor, right next to C. And then I'll paste it. So see how it remembers the exact size of my image. Now the next thing, because I don't have a logo, I'm just going to find one off of here to show you what you can do. Get the Batman logo. You can also drag and drop over, which is kind of nice. So remember, to resize an image, you want to hold Command and T. And the way I tell you guys to remember it is T is in transform. You want to try and transform your image. Now to resize, I can squish my logo around everywhere, or if I hold Shift, I can keep those proportions. And that's really what you want to do. You don't want to distort your logo, except when you really need to. Now, when I hit Enter or Return, that places my image. Now, the next thing I want to do is kind of place it somewhat where it'll be. I'm going to hit Command T again to transform. But this time I'm going to right click and I want to do a perspective. Now when you grab one of these corners on the left side and kind of drag down, you can see how you can get a perspective on your logo. Now for mine, it's not very long, it's kind of a square logo, so really I would only have to go about, and I know it can be finicky, probably right about there. So once I have that, I can hit Enter, and that looks pretty good. The other thing, you won't have this issue, but for future reference, all this white area around my logo, I can get the wand tool, click on the white, and it selects everything white, and I hit delete. And then I just kind of deselect. That way I can see what my logo looks like. Now the other thing you can do, if you hit Command T, again right click, but this time choose Warp. This sets up a grid over your logo, and the nice thing about this is that you can grab from any part on it and move it around. And remember your pen tool, you also have these handles to kind of help you move it around as well. And I don't want to mess with it too much on mine because I have a perfect ellipse and I don't want to goof that up. The only reason I may use it is to kind of bring down one side just so it fills the truck a little bit more, and hit Enter. So really that will probably be sufficient. Now the other thing that you're going to do, when you go for your logo, you want to file place and then locate it, and it would be the Illustrator file. When you put it in there, sometimes it won't let you get to the perspective or the warp tool, and sometimes you need to take the eraser tool, click it once, and then it'll ask you if you want to rasterize the image, and just hit OK. Now, aside from this, I would say to copy and hold Alt, make sure you're on the right layer, and make another copy of your logo. Now, mine's already warped, so maybe what I could do is go back to perspective and put it back, or you could just go to File, Place, and put the logo that you had originally back in, because this might be too difficult to get back to the starting point, but you can do either or. So make sure that you get both of those on there, and all you need is just a small one to put right on the truck side. And that's it. When you're done, make sure you save, put your name in front, so your name, and then you can call it semi-truck. Do the same thing with the storefront, except that when you're doing the storefront, you're going to write this. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is do not mess with this file extension. It's doing it for you. PSD is a Photoshop name. Never change it up here. If you want to change the format, you always want to come down here and change it to a JPEG or a Photoshop file, whatever you need. For this project, a Photoshop file will be fine, or you can also do a Photoshop PDF and see how it automatically changes it for me. So never do that yourself. And then just make sure that you save it under your shared folder, and you're good. Alright, the other thing I'll show you really quick is the same process for the storefront. I won't go through all of it, but I will show you which storefront pictures would be acceptable. This one would work out really good. You've got just windows, it's really simple. This one you could probably take out and it would be pretty good. You don't want anything that's too cluttered. So say for instance I want to try this Pandora photo. I'm going to view the image, right click and copy, and remember to do File New and hit OK, because remember it has it in its memory. And then I'm going to Command V and paste. Alright, the one thing to know about the storefront, or even with the semi if you have a watermark logo, is we want to use the stamp tool. And that's this little guy right here, literally looks like a stamp. So you can see basically I want to start copying from below here and paste right over the sign that says Pandora so I can put my logo there. And I'll want to do the same back here. Now it looks like my cursor or my brush, my stamp tool, is a little bit too big. To change that, you want to come up here to size, move it down a little bit. I'll move my cursor over to see what it looks like. It looks pretty good. So I'll click off. Now to start copying from an area, you need to give a destination. So you want to hold Alt till it changes to a target. Click once with your mouse, and then let go of Alt. And now see how you can already see the effects when I move my cursor up over the P, because it's copying from right below. So if I click and hold and I start, you can see that it shows my target area just below, and every time I click it's going to copy at about 56%. So I'm about halfway. I could bump this up. I wouldn't recommend 100%, because in case you get like a sharp edge, that's what will happen. It's going to really stand out. So try to go 70 and a little bit lower if you want to take your time. That's completely fine. So see how I got the edge of this part? I may just start over, and you just always have to make sure that you can Alt and click at any time and get a new destination point. And to go backwards, if you mess up, hold Command, Alt, and Z. They're all together in a little group right there. So you'll hold all three fingers down and you can go back as many times as you need to. So the same thing I'll do back here. I can Command and hit the plus sign, and zoom in. Now see again, because it's so far back here, I want a smaller brush size. So I'm gonna go down, probably to about there. So again, Alt and click, and then just start copying over. Now if you do goof up and I copied the top of that section divider right there, I'll just click to the side and copy something else over on top of it. And then Alt and click and let go. Now you can see that I'm starting to get a little bit of difference in the color, so I may Alt and click just below it so I can keep it looking realistic. So you may have to Alt and click a few times. That way it ensures that it actually looks real and nobody can tell that you actually went over it. Now obviously don't use this to steal somebody's photo, that would be unethical. But if you ever goof something up or you want to edit your own photo, say somebody photobombed it, perfect way to do it. You can use the stamp tool and edit them out like they were never there. Alright, now to zoom back out, you hold Command and hit minus, and voila, it's pretty much gone. So I can use the same thing up here, and once I'm done, File, place my image, and then for something like this, because it's such a curve, the tool that would work best for that is probably the warp tool, because perspective only goes in one direction, either up, down, or side to side. And then once you have that, save that file, and you are all done. And don't forget to save to Moodle. There is a spot on here that says Semi in Storefront. Make sure it goes right in there.